What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Arts Media. We are hitting the rumor mill yet again. We're talking about Life is Strange 4 potential rumors, and I'm going to use the same disclaimer that I used on my video about Resident Evil 9 leaks. Take it with many grains of salt, okay? I haven't read through the rumors yet, but just consider it a rumor, not fact at all. Just got to say that right up front. With that, let's get into this article from CBR. A new rumor purports to reveal the main protagonist and plot details of Square Enix's fourth main series, Life is Strange game. Now, I haven't read these yet, so we're going to discover it together, and I'll let you guys know my opinion as we go. So, I like to do this kind of live reaction video, so let's figure it out. So, potential Life is Strange 4 rumor. Supposedly, this is the Reddit post that it's from on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. Potential Life is Strange 4 rumor. I have no real proof that the source is reliable, so just assume that there's a 99% chance that this is bull. 99% chance? Why even post it if you think it's 99% chance? Well, I guess I'm a hypocrite because I'm going to post this video. I just wouldn't post something if I was that certain that it wasn't real. Anyways, let's just jump into it. But I heard from someone that's tested the game. Apparently, it's been in development for a while. We've heard about it. I think Deck 9 is working on it. There's been discussions about the series overall. So, it's not completely impossible that Life is Strange 4 is coming and Max will once again be the main character. Wow, okay, Max is returning. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure. Apparently, she's a professor at an art school. That fits, and her powers have been upgraded so she can travel to alternate realities. She already did that in the first game she did that, and in the comics she did that, and used that to solve mysteries. Okay, again, with the mystery component, being a detective and trying to figure out about a crime. It also follows the choices you made in the first game. I would certainly hope so. If it didn't, it would be very odd. I don't even know how you could make a game without addressing the choice at the end, at least. It follows the choices you made in the first game, and Chloe can make an appearance if you kept her alive. This is what's weird about a sequel to me, is because I for sure would not be very interested in a sequel with Max and no Chloe. Even though, morally speaking, I think the choice at the end, sacrificing Chloe, is the right choice. We can debate about that another time, but that's just my opinion on it. But so morally speaking, I would pick the choice that is less interesting to me as a sequel. Story spoiler. The basis of the story is that she's investigating the murder of a friend/student of hers. Kind of repetitive, don't you think? She steps between realities and ends up finding her friend alive in the alternate timeline and uses that to solve the murder. That's kind of the plot of the comic series that they did. She stepped in a different timeline and Rachel was still alive. And so I don't know. It sounds kind of repetitive to me. There will apparently be other people with powers in the game as well. Now, this is where I think the Life is Strange franchise, to me, I'm not really sure that I really feel like it should be a franchise, because the long-term trajectory of that is just another superhero thing where there's so many superheroes around, and that was one of the weaknesses of the comic series, is like everybody had a superpower in that one. So I don't know, I feel like it kind of loses itself in becoming obsessed with these powers, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. The first half of the game is supposed to be amazing, but not the second half. Okay, now we're getting the tester's opinion of it. Hopefully they'll fix that before release, though. I don't know that they would, if they're testing the game to the point where people are playing the full experience, I don't think that they're going to be able to change that. And we don't get any specifics about what's supposed to be bad about it, so I don't know. As a Life is Strange fan, I think this could be awesome, but only time will tell if any of this ends up being real. Let's see if there's any more information. Similar Life is Strange rumors have surfaced before. That's interesting. The reason this is worth talking about, despite the dubious source, is that it's not the first time there have been rumors of a fourth main series Life is Strange game featuring Max and Chloe. And I think it makes sense that that rumor would persist, because one, that's what fans would want. Two, I think that they tried to do the anthology thing. They tried with Life is Strange 2. They tried with True Colors, but they never really were able to hit the same reaction from the audience, that same level of enthusiasm that the first game had. And that might be a reason why they would want to bring back these characters. In February 2021, a user on Reset Era forums claimed to have insider knowledge on Life is Strange 3 and 4. I've had people in my comment section as well purporting to be involved with Deck 9 and people like that, and they've said that there have been discussions of Max and Chloe returning. So I've heard that rumor personally from somebody in my comment section. Now, I didn't absolutely no verification whatsoever, but it sounded vaguely plausible, and I just took them at their word for it. And of course they would be discussing that. That's just common sense. I mean, we already had pretty much every Life is Strange game has had Chloe in it. Of course, Before the Storm is starring Chloe. Life is Strange 2 has the cameo where if Chloe survives, it's her stepdad, of course, David. You see him in the game, and he calls Chloe on the phone if you chose to keep Chloe alive. So, yeah, she was in that game. She was in Life is Strange True Colors on the Wavelengths DLC that I've criticized in the past because it wasn't very good, in my opinion. But Chloe being in it was one of the more interesting parts. So it makes sense that Chloe would return. She's one of the pretty much the poster child. Max and Chloe are the poster child for the franchise still. I don't think they've been able to really conjure up a character of the same level of influence that fans really love. So I think it makes sense that they would consider this. In their original post, the Reset Era claimed that Deck 9, developer of the 2017 spin-off game Before the Storm, was developing Life is Strange 3, which would be titled Life is Strange True Colors. Okay, so that source apparently had inside information about True Colors. And, I mean, Deck 9, I'm pretty sure, is the people in charge of Life is Strange at this point. I think Dontnod is kind of done with that. So that would make sense to me. They explained that unlike Before the Storm, which used the Unity engine, True Colors would use Unreal Engine 4. Did it? I don't remember. They also claimed that True Colors would focus on an Asian American woman named Alex who would see colors representing people's emotions. Okay, so they were 100% correct on all of that information. That is all true. Sure enough, in March 2021, 1 month after the forum post went live, they announced it officially. That's interesting to me. Mind you, some of the information in the Reset post turned out to be false, okay? Namely, the claim that True Colors would consist of 5 episodes. It did, though. Okay, I have to disagree with this article because, yes, it was not released episodically, but it was structured in episodes still. I don't know if the person who wrote this actually played the game because it was organized into 5 episodes. They just decided to release them all at once, which I approve of. But, yeah, so that's false in the article. Nevertheless, the user's information turned out to be overwhelmingly legit. It's all 100% right. They didn't get anything wrong. This article is incorrect. False, wrong, incorrect. They even correctly reported that Life is Strange will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Cool. So it's especially interesting that the original Reset Era post also claimed that another Life is Strange game was in pre-production at the time, because of course it is. Of course they're going to continue this franchise until it doesn't sell well. So that just makes sense. A game that would mark the return of Max and Chloe. It especially makes sense considering the remaster that was released, which don't buy it, by the way. gotta say that every time I bring it up. The remaster of the first 2 games, of course, representing Max and Chloe's arc, so it would make sense that they would follow that up with yet another story about Max and Chloe. In their post, the user clarified that they hadn't heard about this in months, meaning that the supposed project may very well be shelved. Of course, most games that go into pre-production don't end up releasing. It takes a lot to get approved, and to, even once it's approved, get actually released. A lot can go wrong. A lot of things can get shelved. It happens. In light of the new Reddit rumor, though, it certainly seems like a new Life is Strange game focusing on Max has at least been discussed at Deck 9 and/or Square Enix. That said, some more skeptical Reddit users have postulated that the initial claims of a Max and Chloe focused sequel may have actually been referring to the HD remasters. No. That's stupid. Developed by Dontnod Entertainment, and now we're just recapping the past. So we got, apparently Max is the protagonist. That could be cool. I mean, it honestly sounds a little repetitive right now. She's solving another murder. Her powers let her step into different realities. Okay, sure, but What about the fact that her powers created the storm? Does she address that at all? Does she deal with the guilt if she destroyed the town? Does she deal with the guilt if she killed Chloe? There's a lot here that feels uncertain to me. And if Chloe's just a cameo in the game, it feels kind of gimmicky because, you know, if they're not like together and she just shows up at one point and then it's going to be written in such a way that it's not going to be that significant on the story if Chloe's there. So it would be kind of disappointing to be teased with that and then, you know, she's just there for a scene or two. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, guys. Do you think it's true? Do you how do you feel about it? Are you excited for it? I will say that I'd be more excited for a Max sequel than just any other sequel. I think returning to the original cast and the original themes and stuff sounds good. I'm a little wary that it will become, like I've said, the hipster X-Men. I don't particularly want just a bunch of people with superpowers running around. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. But somebody in my comment section, I'll throw this at the end here, that person in the comment section that was supposedly a source, grains of salt, of course, they said that there's going to be an explanation for why all of the powers seem to be circulating around this area in Washington, that there's something specific about that area that leads people to have superpowers, which would make sense because the second game, the characters lived in Washington. First game, of course, they lived in Washington. True Colors, there's a Washington connection there as well. I don't remember offhand if she's from there directly or what, but is supposedly going to be an explanation for that. And I would be interested into getting a little bit more of the lore side of things, but on the other side of the coin, the lore is not what made Life is Strange 1 so powerful. What made Life is Strange 1 so powerful was the characters and the emotions and the symbolism of what the powers represented. So, again, I'm a little wary of a sequel, but I'm a skeptic by nature, so that's how I am. So let me know your opinion in the comment section down below, and if you definitely want to see more Life is Strange content, keep it locked on Shook Earth Media, hit the sub button, and hit like and all that, and I hope to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. And with that, it's been your boy Shuggy, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.